Hello, everyone. Today's messages will be guidance for the upcoming week. So we will have 4 readings, and they, of course, will be general readings. So it's possible that not every message in the reading you select will be for you. So take anything that does resonate with you and leave the rest for someone else. You may go to your selection at any point using the timestamps below. But for those of you who like a little help in selection, we have some visual aids here with these beautiful Human Design Rave I Ching cards as usual. So let's take a closer look at the cards representing each pile. Again, if you are ready, go ahead and go. And those of you who want some help, let's take a look for a moment at each of these cards. So there's a little bit of a glare. So that will be for group 1. Group 2. Group 3. And group 4. Oops. Okay, so thank you for joining me here at High Priestess Influence. You may go to your messages whenever you feel ready. And let's get started. Okay, so welcome group 1. Let's take a look at your messages for the upcoming week. So group 1, let me just explain what we have here. We have major arcana cards. Normally when I do this particular spread, I'm looking for 1 major arcana card to represent the overall energy, but you got 2. And then we have the physical, mental, and spiritual realms. And you had 4 cards jump out for the physical realm, 1 for the mental realm, and 1 for the spiritual realm, like the advice moving forward. So, wow, just, at first glance, without even talking this out yet, group 1, you have some really, really positive energy for the upcoming week. I do want to point something out though, right? I feel that with these general tarot readings, right, these cards can, make readers feel like it's such big energy. And for some people it will be, but for others it won't, because these are general readings, right? So the messages may seem big, but then they might apply to just like a regular, everyday, mundane situation for some people, while as they could mean something huge for another. So just, again, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else, right? You may have a big upcoming week while someone else may not, and vice versa. Okay, so let's get into this. Let me talk this through and see what we get. Okay, so I'm feeling compelled to start here with the 7 of Wands. So whatever it is you I feel the words working on, okay? I'm not sure how it will apply specifically to you, but whatever you're working on this week, if you are facing some sort of a challenge, I just got the feeling that some of you might be doing something new or different. But whatever it is, it's kind of like you are up for the challenge. You're ready to take it on. I feel like most of you know this, although some of you have some doubts, but that's kind of normal, right? I mean, even when we know we are extremely prepared for something, don't most of us still have those doubts that creep in, right? And the key there is bringing awareness to that, because then you can kind of laugh it off and say, listen, everything always works out for me, and I know I'm prepared, or what have you. I'm up for this challenge. And that's what I'm feeling like. You are taking something on this week, and you are up to that challenge. Okay. Um, yeah. Uh, Yeah, it's not about oh yeah, it's not about anything in the past. Okay. Um, it doesn't hinge on anything in the past, right? So, let's say, just for example, you in the past took on some project at work and it didn't work out, and that might make you feel doubtful about it. This has nothing to do with that. I got the expression, it doesn't hinge on the past. It doesn't hinge on anything you've done or haven't done before. This is all moving forward, right? And I do feel compelled to say that anything that you do moving forward only hinges on the past if you allow it to or force it to. So you want to be deliberate about that, right? If a past experience is really helpful, then use that moving forward, right? So I was really good at this, or I manifested that, or this happened and that was so great. Yeah, use that moving forward. But if you are feeling the opposite, which is what I'm feeling, not so much that you're necessarily feeling the opposite, but I'm feeling like don't bring anything, don't bring anything from the past in this time, right? Because it has nothing to do with the future and moving forward. It really doesn't. It only does if you make it or allow it to. So I feel for most of you, leave the past out of it. Any past failures that you might be allowing to creep in and give you doubts have nothing to do with the present and moving forward, because we're always advancing and expanding. And you choose, or you should choose. Sometimes we do it by default, just without thinking about it. But really, you have the choice as to whether something from the past affects your future. So I say use the good stuff and let go of the bad stuff. I know easier said than done, but you can do it. It can happen. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I really like the Page of Cups upright, because I feel like it's an energy of, being ready for the next phase and what fun surprises it might bring. So, I just got you might be pleasantly surprised this week, is what I just heard. Yeah, you might be pleasantly surprised. So taking on some sort of a challenge, leaving the past out of it, and being pleasantly surprised this week. And look at, oh, wow. Okay. A big opportunity here. Big opportunity. Big opportunity. And for some of you, this is a professional opportunity. Again, different for everyone. Yes, this could be a relationship, because as soon as I said that, I just got the feeling, yes, don't forget to mention relationships, right? Like it could be somebody could be getting engaged this week or something. But this is a big opportunity to start something new, something that you can, like you have the opportunity to like say, to take it all the way. Okay. You have the opportunity to be recognized for something. So it could be, again, your expertise in something. You might be recognized as a professional, as an expert in something, right? But it feels like this is the tip of the iceberg, just came to me. The tip of the iceberg, where it's new energy here. Okay. So again, like I said, it feels big when I'm talking about it, but that's because it's big for some of you, and it might be, more ordinary for others. But kind of be open this week to any challenges or opportunities that come your way, because they might lead you into just, again, that tip of the iceberg, that very, very beginning of something that may end up with tremendous potential, more than you realize in the moment. So kind of like be open. I just got the feeling, pick your head up, look around, be aware, right? So many of us walk around, literally and figuratively speaking, with like our heads down, our heads in the sand, kind of like not really paying attention to what's going on around us and the people around us, the opportunities, the experience. Sometimes we miss things, and that's what I'm feeling here. So we have the Eight of Wands reversed here. So I think it feels like you're things are moving too slowly for you. Things are moving a little too slowly for some of you. You know what? This feels very general and vague. All right, you can decide which message is for you. Either things are moving too slowly, or you want them to slow down. Again, general message, you probably know right in this moment that, oh yes, I've been feeling stuck and stagnant lately, and I want things to move more swiftly. Whereas I feel like others are saying, oh no, I know this new opportunity, that I know what this challenge is already, and I don't want it to move too quickly. I'm not ready, or that kind of thing. There's like that. I think that's where I was talking about in this first batch of cards here, with that like kind of nervousness about this challenge, right? Thinking maybe letting the past creep in, okay? But this also doesn't feel like a very strong energy. I don't feel like this is weighing you down mentally. I don't think you are, overly concerned either way, right? Again, general message, it will vary for you how fast or slow you want this to go. But the message here, the guidance here is be easy about it. Don't think about it going too quickly. Don't think about it going too slowly. Just be easy and go with the flow. Okay, so the spirit guides want you to go with the flow, be easy about it. Kind of take the thought process. I don't think those are the right words. Take the like mental aspect out of it. Kind of get involved here with the challenge, right? With the doing. I kind of feel like toss this card to the side. That's what I feel like, because that's about what you're leaving out. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. That's kind of like what I felt like you were leaving out. So it's kind of like, just know that you're ready for the challenge. Be open and looking forward to the unexpected, pleasant surprises. And it can take you all the way with some new opportunity here. And just leave the mental aspect out of it. And in this last category here, this is your advice position. And only one card jumped out for it. And I felt like you should not listen to others. It will be different for each of you, but some of you might have one person who's like a naysayer in your life. And I hate that this just came to me, because I feel like it's very sexist, but and I'm a mother myself, but like your mother, like symbolically came up, the kind of mother who isn't supportive necessarily, or you know, again, it might not be your mother, but it's like a figurative thing that comes up, unless it's literally your mother. But I don't like that, but that's what came up for me. Like someone who meddles in your business or is a naysayer, and I don't know, like, well, are you sure you're up to that? Are you sure you can do that? Are you sure you have enough experience? And sometimes they're not even trying to put you down. It's more like they don't want you to get your hopes up because they worry that you're going to, if you get your hopes up and it doesn't work out, you'll be really disappointed and stuff. But that's the kind of energy that we all need to like decondition from and leave behind. Right? We raise our vibration and feel better when we raise our expectations. Sometimes it's better to just raise them in general and know everything always works out, instead of putting specific outcomes and like, I'll only be happy if this happens, I'll only be happy if that happens. Much of the time we're better off kind of being more general about it. Like, I know everything works out. I'm going to do what works for me and do what feels good, do what feels right, go with the flow, be easy about it, know everything will work out and it will all fall into place. But some of you have someone around you who is a naysayer. For others, this is just in general. Well, this is actually for everybody. Some of you have the specific naysayer, but the overall message here for everyone is leave everyone else out of it. You know what's best for you. You know what's right for you. You've got what it takes. You're up to the challenge. You are ready for whatever comes your way this week. Again, big or small, whatever this is, you are up for it. You are ready for it. And it's really obvious with the Empress and the Strength card as the overall energy. Okay, so, yes, you are creating something, right? The number 3 is the number of creativity. The Empress is like the ultimate creator, right? The creator of life. And so this is an extremely creative energy. So you've got an extremely creative energy backing you up this week, right? And now creativity, my daughter and I were just having this conversation the other day, how many of us often just think of creativity as I'm an artist, like I'm a painter, or I write music, or I'm a sculptor, right? We think of art like literal, traditionally, art in the traditional mindset of it, right? But everything involves creativity, right? Like coding and like medical careers. Anything you do can have creativity behind it. You could be doing your laundry in your own like way, and there could be creativity behind it. There could be your unique signature and creativity on it. Actually, I don't know, I'm not sure why laundry just came up for me, but like, how like when kids are really little and they have to write things in school like about their parents, maybe for like, Mother's Day or Father's Day, my kids wrote that I'm good at laundry, which, because I think I do laundry like very deliberately and creatively. It's so weird, but but my point is, some of you might be thinking, I'm not that creative. I don't have a lot of creativity. I'm not artistic. I don't have that natural talent. But everyone is a creator. Also, you're a creator of your reality. And that's what the guidance here for you is really about, keeping that positive outlook, keeping that positive energy going, because there is a lot of positive energy here for you in the upcoming week. So if you were drawn to pile 1, I mean, I feel like the just the overall energy, if you can just keep this, if you could keep these messages in mind, even on a general level, like, oh yeah, this is supposed to be a really good week for me. There's a lot of positive energy. So whatever comes my way this week, I can do it. I can handle it. I can deal with it. I've got this. Oh yeah, I would say make that your mantra for this week. I've got this. I've got this. There's just so much positive energy behind me. And of course, the Strength card, come on. And the 8, right? The number of power and success and sometimes money. you have got the necessary charisma. Some of you, I feel like, will be dealing with people, and you will kind of just be, I feel like this, I just got quiet dignity. I got, like, people will recognize your strength, right? Like in this depiction here, right? She is, taming the beast, taming the lion. So I just got like the feeling of a lion tamer in, a circus or something, where you have that kind of power this week. So even if there is any kind of uproar, no pun intended, because that's just the word that came, but it does seem like a pun, right, with the lion. But yeah, if there's any kind of uproar this week, it's kind of like your energy, because you have this, the strength of the Empress with the strength combined here. It's just like this this strong, nurturing, feminine energy. Even if you're, it doesn't matter, male, female, or however you identify. That doesn't matter. It's just this powerful, creative, nurturing strength that is behind everything you do this week. In particular, I think for many or most or all of you, some challenge you are going to take on. So I think it's a beautiful week ahead of you, my group 1 friends. I hope you enjoyed these messages. And even if you don't know what this is yet, there's so much positivity here for you, that all of this underlying energy is so positive. If you just take that with you as you move into the week ahead, that will serve you really, really well. So have a beautiful week, group 1, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining me here at High Priestess Influence. I'll see you soon. Hello, group 2. Just a reminder, these are general messages. Not everything will be for you. Take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And I just want to point out the layout of the cards. We have a major arcana card for the overall energy of this reading. We have the physical realm on the left, the mental realm in the middle, and the spiritual realm on the right. And I also got the message to say that this, if you are someone who is currently feeling a lot of resistance to what you are experiencing currently, then these messages are for you. If you do not feel as though there are things in, if you're not feeling that energy of resistance, you should choose a different message. Okay? That was like the first thing that came to me. If you feel like you've been going through resistance, this message is for you. If not, choose another. Okay. So let's get started here. Let's start with the overall energy of the Tower reversed, right? Because here is definitely a resistance to change, right? So with the Tower is often about an experience that changes the way you think, the way you, what you believe, right? And some of you are, I feel like you're ready for a big change internally, like spiritually, but you're resistant to it. There's like a either doubts or fears about it, or for some of you it might be like a clinging on to old things, like whether you're aware of it or not, right? Because I feel like I experience this myself sometimes, where I feel like, oh, I'm ready for a big change, but there is resistance there, right? I maybe don't take the steps that I know I should. So if I really want this change, why am I not taking these steps? If I really think I'm ready for this, why am I not moving in that direction? Right? And this could be, in your spirituality. It could be in your physical world, and in something like a relationship or career or something like that. It can be anything, but that you're resisting, right? And again, in the mental realm, this is really like what's on your mind and guidance for that, because there's definitely doubt and confusion here with this Seven of Cups reversed. So the doubt and confusion, okay, put it this way, it was what I feel like is that I just feel like the center, these three cards here, in particular the Seven of Cups reversed, with the confusion, the doubts, the fears, that kind of stuff, that's kind of controlling all of this energy. So, well, like I said at the beginning, I got the feeling that if you already know that you're feeling this kind of resistance in your mind, yeah, okay. If your thoughts are resistant, if you have doubts, fears, and all that kind of stuff about anything, and you're aware of it, we all have them, day in, day out, now and then. But if you recognize this as like a recurring theme at this point in time, then these messages are for you, because there's a feeling of a lot of doubt and fear. And now beneath that, with the Two of Cups reversed, you might literally be doubting your partner, if you have one, or relationships in general. You're doubting other people. Oh yeah, some of you are doubting other people's loyalty, their sincerity, whether they will be there for you, in bad times as well as good. Are they just there for the fun, or are they there to support you? Yeah, and doubts and fears about the future, about future prosperity in relationships, financially speaking, happiness, health. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this group has really been kind of letting negative thoughts get the better of them, right? But you know what? I'm going to hold off on that, because I'm getting guidance but I kind of just want to address one more card before I get into that guidance here. I don't think it's even that important. I mean, listen, you might literally be a fire sign, right? With the King of Wands here, reversed. But it's really just the energy. This is you, okay? Yeah. This is you just not looking forward to the future. This is you not being, this is just you being out of alignment. This is you not feeling that the power that is innately yours. Okay, yeah. Group 2. Well, okay, I'm supposed to turn this card upright and tell you this is who you are, right? Any card could have shown up in this position representing you. Any card could have shown up, but the King of Wands did. So that just shows me that it makes me feel like I'm supposed to tell you that you are the King of Wands, male or female. It has nothing to do with gender. Yeah, you are the King of Wands. You have charisma. You are like attractive. People look up to you. But you're not looking up to yourself. I know it sounds weird, but that's what just came. You're not looking up to yourself. You are, it's you putting you down, but You have this energy inside you. You just have to kind of like let it out. And it's not with effort. It's not, it's not with, the effort is awareness. It's not with, I have to go out there and try really hard. That's not what I'm feeling. It's really about you just recognizing your own worthiness, recognizing your own attractiveness, your own value. Because if you don't recognize it, no one else will. But where do we have to start? I feel like we have to start back here with this, in this mental realm. What's been on your mind, right? I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, you have options here. You have choices. You can have anything you want in life, but you have to believe it first. You have to believe you can have anything in life. You have to believe in other people. Oh, yes. In order to get what you want from a relationship, you have to believe in it and expect it. If you think the worst of another person, you will get that from that person, because that's where your focus is. That's where your expectations are, which means that's where your vibration, where your frequency is. And remember, we attract our experiences and the people and the situations, everything. We attract that to us through the frequency, the energy, the vibration, whatever you want to call it, that we put out into the world. So if your expectations of others are low, if you don't trust them, if you think they won't be there for you, then they won't. Okay? And, I say this a lot in my readings, but it's kind of like it takes one to know one situation. I know these energies. I know these thoughts and these experiences. Been there, done that, and I will be there and do that again because I'm human, right? But you need to believe in the goodness of others. Again, whether this is a romantic partnership, a business partnership, or just other people in general, like friends in general, people interacting with you in general, even kind of like just the general public. Before you go out in the world, you want to kind of get yourself in alignment by telling yourself, this is going to be an enjoyable trip to the grocery store. I feel like I'm going to meet interesting people, see interesting people, maybe even interact with interesting people. It's just going to be a really pleasant trip, and I'm going to find everything that I want to find, and it's just going to be really enjoyable. I'll get a great parking space, or you don't even have to be specific about it. In fact, I don't even think you should be that specific about it. But just leave the house with positive expectations, and then turning this 10 of Pentacles upright. Okay, I feel like you need to believe in your future prosperity for it to happen. Again, this is a takes one to know one thing, and for some of us are so fast at these things, and some of us are slower. And some of us came here to be fast at these things, and some of us came here for the long journey. But I have been improving my vibrational relationship with prosperity, happiness, success, money, all that kind of stuff. I have been improving that steadily over a number of years now. And that's what some of you really need to focus on now, is improving your relationship with the future, with prosperity, with just your expectations in general. So that's why I really felt compelled to turn these cards upright. That's like where your guidance is at. I feel like what's in your mind right now is the only thing that's standing in your way. It is your mind, your thoughts that are causing any resistance that you are currently feeling. And it's going to take practice bringing awareness to these things, right? I still have my knee-jerk reactions, right? I know better, right? But I still have my knee-jerk reactions, right? Ask anyone close to me. But I catch myself much faster now. Sometimes I catch myself in the moment, but a lot of times my first reaction is like, "Ugh." But then I catch myself and say, okay, listen, everything's fine. Everything's working out. There is value in this situation in some way, shape, or form, even if I can't see it yet. So just be easy about it. And it's kind of like the moment I do that, things fall into place. For example, give you a quick example. Again, these could be about mundane things. These don't have to be big, tremendous energies, right? This is for the upcoming week. Maybe it's just going to be a regular week for you. Nothing major happening, except that you're going to turn it around and raise your vibration by turning these energies upright, basically. But I remember walking into a store not that long ago with my daughter. Walk in, oh, there were no lines. Okay. We go get a few things. We come back. Long lines. Where did these come from? The store isn't even that crowded. And then immediately I said, whoa. Patience serves you better. Just relax. You don't have to be anywhere. Just relax. There's no reason you can't just pleasantly wait in line and be patient. And literally the second I did that, it took seconds, not minutes, not even a minute, for a cashier to open up a new register and wave me in. As soon as I just changed that focus from impatience to patience. And that's just one example. That's just one example of many. And if you really think about it, you can come up with your own. So let's get to the last group of cards, the spiritual realm here. This is basically the advice from the universe, right? Right off the bat here is don't resist the future. Don't resist opportunities. Don't overlook. Yeah, okay. I feel like this card, right, with the sword reversed. I just got the feeling like the sword with the crown there, like going into a rabbit hole. Like don't. Yes, okay. Some of you, your focus, your mental realm has been taking you down a rabbit hole of resistance, a rabbit hole of negativity. Yes, I'm being told that you can't attract in those life-changing opportunities from a state of resistance, from a state of negativity, a state where these cards are reversed, basically, right? If that's where your focus are, if that's where your focus is, you can't allow those opportunities, right? I know a lot of people don't like the Tower card, right? But let's turn this upright and say, things need a shakeup. A shakeup is not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, nothing's really a bad thing. It's only how we think about it that makes it bad, right? So you hold yourself back from experiencing those life-changing experiences. So you need to stop resisting the movement forward and tap into this beautiful Page of Wands energy. Oh, I just realized, bookends, right? We have the King of Wands now. We turned you upright because you are appreciating yourself, group 2. And when you appreciate yourself and you get into that high vibe, then you can start the next leg of your journey with the Page of Wands, right? For me, the pages are like new phases in your life. And you got both wands here at the at each end. I love that the book ends there, right? So instead of resisting that new opportunity, don't resist that new opportunity. Be open to new directions. Okay, I think for you, group 2, it's about being open to a new direction and letting that energy flow. But it is really, really, I like this bookend look here. I really like that. So again, this page for me feels like the next phase of your life. Big or small will be different for each of you. But I do feel compelled to say that if you can let go of all of this mental resistance, it actually will be a big new phase. And you need to be open to new ways of thinking and being. I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of us are raised to be, and not just raised by, I don't even mean to insult anyone's families. It's like raised by not just our families, but society in general, to be so closed-minded and so stuck in one way of being and thinking. My life has to be this way. My life has to go that way. I should be this when I grow up, or like that, or I like these kind of people and I don't approve of others. And we get like very stuck and closed-minded. But we really need to be open in order to allow those big life-changing moments to come in, because sometimes the universe does step in and almost force it on us, right? The spiritual realm, the universe, your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like just like the energies of the universe, I feel. You step in because, yes, you are in control of your journey. With your focus, you can have resistance and hold things off and slow things down, or you can be open and allowing things to flow and going with the flow, right? But you also came here with certain intentions for a certain journey. That's why you are who you are. That's why you were born when you were born, and you have all of these traits and this and that about you. But you came here with the intention to grow and expand, not to get stuck in one way of being or thinking, and or certain ideologies or whatever. You came here to expand and grow and have new experiences, big and small. It doesn't even matter, right? You don't need to be some like famous person or anything. You're here for your contribution to not just your personal expansion, but the expansion of humanity and the universe. And you do that in your way. You do that you do you. But when you get stuck in that negativity, that mental negativity, that's when you slow things down, you slow your progress, and then you feel bad. It feels bad, right? With these reversed energies in the mental realm. That doesn't feel good. That feels bad. You didn't come here to feel bad. You came here to feel good. So change that mental focus. I really think that's where it's at for you, Group 2. So Group 2, I hope you found some value in these messages. If you're still with me, you definitely are someone who has been feeling resistance in your mind. It's mental resistance. So if you have to tie a string around your finger to remind yourself in every moment to be aware of your thoughts and to keep them positive and to recognize your worthiness and to believe in others and believe in the future and be open to those life-changing experiences, then you will be ready to start the next leg of this journey. And I do feel for a lot of you, it is like it starts within, and it starts with like almost a spiritual awakening and a spiritual change. But with this Tower and the Page of Wands, those two cards being there, it feels like really spiritual. And then the Seven of Cups, 7 is a very spiritual number. So I really think it's going to start, the next leg of your journey is going to start with like almost like a little spiritual awakening. Like again, big or small, whatever it is, allow it. Allow it, group 2. Okay, group 2, thanks for being with me. Have a wonderful week. Turn these energies upright and it'll all work out for you. Love you guys. Hello, group 3. Let's take a look at what we have here for you. So let me just remind you, general reading, take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. Not everything will necessarily apply to you. And I'll just explain what we have here. From the major arcana, we have one card representing the overall energy. Then we have the physical on the left, mental in the middle, spiritual realm on the end for this upcoming week. Okay. Now, also considering the upcoming week, just keep in mind that this is for the upcoming week. This isn't for the upcoming month, year, decade, right? So this could be, these messages, these energies could be related to some everyday mundane experience or situation. Or for some of you, it could be a big deal, right? Could be life-changing, tremendous energy. So it'll be different for each of you to see how it fits into your experience. But let's see, you had 2 cards jump out here, and just one here, and one for the overall energy. So with the energy of the Empress here, the overall energy here. So the Empress is energy of creativity, of it could literally be, some of you are mothers, or maybe even pregnant, but not necessarily so. It's really like the Empress is the ultimate creator, and the 3 is the number of creativity. And this is really a very nurturing, caring energy. So I'm feeling like you guys are nurturing, caring people in general, right? Not just this week. I just got the feeling that the people, those of you who chose group 3, have a really caring, loving side to you. I just got the feeling that some of you care about not just other people. Some of you are animal lovers. Some of you are lovers of nature. And, you know, I feel like I just got this could just be like a symbolic example, but like you love watching the birds or the squirrels. But I feel like you guys are in general a very caring group. Like if someone needed you, they could count on you kind of energy. And let's see, where do we go next? I'm really being drawn here into the center with in the mental realm here. I feel like you've been working on letting go of the past. For some of you, it's a specific incident that you want to let go of. You're ready to let go of, but you haven't completely let go of. And for others, it could just be a general letting go of negativity from the past. It's a releasing energy. It's a releasing energy, but it's not completely gone yet. But think about it, honestly. As good a job as I have done letting go of some terribly negative thoughts, memories, experiences from the past, you know, they're not gone. You know, it's not like you ever forget them, but you put them in perspective. Ooh, okay, so, all right, this is really important for you, group 3. If you have a specific, well, it could be more than one though, a specific or specific incidents that like kind of bother you, that stick with you, but you're like ready to release them and you've been working on releasing them and bringing awareness to them to let them go. it's kind of, it's about putting them in perspective, right? They're not going to be gone from your memory, but you're getting better and better at putting them in perspective. And the better it gets, the better it gets, right? So when those little old memories creep back in, you are getting better at recognizing them for what they are. Now, I'm going to go off on a little tangent here, so I hope it doesn't get too crazy and what have you. And if it doesn't resonate with some of you, I apologize. But, you know, I've heard spiritual teachers talk of this, and I feel it myself. The universe is not what we think it is, right? Our experiences are not what we think they are. We get caught up in this little tiny brief experience here on Earth and think that this is so big and important and whatever. But like, our senses are limited. And those experiences from the past that maybe, bother you, make you feel bad, make you feel guilty, make you feel sad, make you feel unworthy, whatever those are, it's almost like those aren't even real. Those aren't even real. And I can't even explain this myself in a human logical way, but I'm really feeling compelled to tell you that, these 10 of Swords experiences are not real and shouldn't have any bearing in your present and future, because they don't exist. It's a memory, but a memory doesn't exist, just like the future. What hasn't happened doesn't exist. It's really just the now. And since things aren't the way we think they are from our human perspective, those negative things that you give so much weight to in your mind, like, don't warrant that. They shouldn't be. I mean, ideally, they shouldn't have any weight there, because they don't exist. It's like kind of like the past is an illusion. Did that really happen? Or, was it really as bad as I thought it was? How we kind of make the bad things worse than they were, and, the good things better than they were sometimes, right? Sometimes people that we thought were so great maybe weren't as great as we thought they were. And people we thought were so bad, or experiences we thought were so, they weren't as bad as they become legends in our minds. They take on lives of their own. And I feel like this group is getting better at you might not be thinking it in those weird terms that I just explained, and I'm not even doing it justice. It's like, it's hard to put into words, but you are getting better at putting it in perspective, where it's not bothering you as much. It's not affecting your present as much, but it is still lingering there. So it's time to get better at putting it in perspective. So you here, this Page of Wands, I feel like this is representing you, right? This Page of Wands reversed, and it's got the Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, you guys are resisting the next phase of your life, right? I don't always feel anything, but I often feel with the pages, especially the Page of Wands, even more so than the other pages, but yes, especially the Page of Wands. I feel like you are on the verge of the next phase of your life. Like I feel like you're at the edge of like almost like the Fool card, at the edge of the cliff, but you're afraid to take that step. You're afraid to take that risk. Oh, yeah. Some of you are afraid to take a risk. And, the cliff is really just a metaphor, a figurative, symbolic thing that I felt. I don't really think that you should be stepping off any cliffs. I certainly wouldn't. But there's something holding you back. It doesn't feel tremendously strong, though, right? It just feels like some doubt. With the Seven of Wands reversed, you feel like you're not up to it. These are really two very spiritual cards for me here. And they're not only the Wands, but, the Page and the number seven's a spiritual number. So I feel like you're on the verge of spiritual advancement. And what I mean by spiritual advancement is often just like almost mental advancement, changing the way you think about things. Like you are on the verge of like kind of turning it around. Because like I said, I feel like you're changing your perspective on things. Maybe you're like working on your shadow energy. And again, the shadow energy just means like your negative tendencies, right? We all have these genetic tendencies. They can go in a positive direction, they can go in a negative direction, but it's so much easier for us humans to go in the negative direction. And you chose to be who you are in this vehicle, in this, in this life, with those specific tendencies. And again, I feel like you're getting better at putting it in perspective, but there's still some resistance here. Still some doubt in yourself, still some doubt in, am I worthy enough? Am I capable enough? I don't have, the talent I should have, right? Like, so for me, with reading tarot, okay, I don't feel like I'm psychic. I don't see, I've been to a psychic who was very specific and very in tune and knew things, right? I don't have that. I have like little intuitive hits and phrases and words and things that come to mind. Sometimes it's examples and stuff, but like I don't have specific psychic insight like that. Mine. All right, occasionally but I think I think we all experience that. But there's like a part of me that doesn't think, well, if I don't have that psychic ability, maybe I shouldn't be reading tarot and stuff like that. That's just an example of the kind of doubt you might be feeling. Like, I'm not up to whatever's next. I'm not ready for this new phase. Letting past experiences hold you back. Again, this doesn't feel like heavy and tremendous. I feel like you're on the verge. And what I love in this last category here, the spiritual realm, this is your advice from the spiritual realm, the universe, the guides, source, whatever. That, I'm open to all of that. And you're being advised here to be light, be easy, and have fun. I love the Knight of, oh, wow. Group 2 had the bookends of the King and the Page. You have the bookends of the Page and the Knight. Wow, I love that. Because I feel like you're moving, you're right. Okay, yeah, you're being advised here to be easy about it, have fun, be playful, because that will lead you to the next step, right? So the Page is the beginning of the next phase. And then the Knight is the next phase after that. Okay, so yeah, when we have resistant energy like this with the Page, right? There's always the opportunity to turn this energy upright. Turn this Page of Wands upright and look toward the new journey. Know that you're up to the challenge. You've got this. Oh my God, this is very, it's a lighter message than group 2, but there's a similar message here about being ready for the next phase of your journey. And you know what? At the beginning of group 2, there was a message that if you don't feel like a lot of resistance, and it turned out to be mental resistance as the reading went on, but if you didn't feel tremendous resistance, another reading is to you. So you might have gone to group 2 first and then ended up at group 3, which is a similar message but lighter in energy. Like, in other words, the mental experience, I can't, it's not coming to me. The mental experience of group 2 felt heavier. I feel like you in group 3 are ready for the next phase, but like you are lighter about it. You may have been doing more work to release or change the direction of your negative tendencies into positive. And you've got this beautiful Empress energy behind it. So it'll be interesting for you then this upcoming week, my dear group 3, to see how I feel, group 3, that you have an opportunity. Of course, you have control. This isn't like a prediction of everything etched in stone. You have control over your experience. But I feel like this message is here to tell you, you have an opportunity this week to kind of continue to work on changing your perspective of past experiences and giving them less weight, less importance in your present experience, and allowing yourself to move forward with confidence and be playful, right? The Knight of Wands for me is always a playful energy, goofy energy, not serious, right? I never think of the Knight of Wands here as a serious figure. I feel like he's kind of goofy. I mean, maybe he may even be a little unreliable, but you only have to answer to yourself, group 3, okay? You only answer to yourself. So just be light, have fun. Try to have fun this week, group 3. I feel like the most important card for you is the Knight of Wands. Be light, be goofy, have fun, be easy about things. I also just got the feeling you can laugh at the past, laugh at yourself. If you find yourself brooding about the past mentally, bring awareness to it and laugh it off and say, ha ha ha, there I go again. It's just a habit. I'm getting better and better at breaking it. So, ha ha. The more you can be light about it, that's what I feel. Okay, group 3, be light in this upcoming week. I hope you found value in these messages. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your messages. Just keep in mind, group 4, that these are general messages, so it's possible that not everything will resonate with you. Take what has meaning for you, leave the rest for someone else. And keep in mind that these are messages for the upcoming week. So for some of you, it could be huge, big messages. For others of you, it might be related to everyday mundane things. So I guess that's it, group 4. Other than you had the most cards jump out. So yours actually could be the longest reading. And let me explain what we have here. From the major arcana, we have one card representing the overall energy, and then we have cards representing the physical realm, the mental realm, and the spiritual realm. So, you know what? I think maybe we'll start with the Let's start with the physical realm since the most cards jumped out for that. And I'm actually just going to move these cards over so I can spread these out because I don't even know what we have here. I haven't looked at them yet, but we have this pile of cards that jumped out all together, and then this one next to them separately. So I feel like this is the potential outcome of these cards. But let's just take a look at what we have. It may be that so many cards jumped out here together that individually these cards will apply to different ones of you. So in other words, how I was saying, take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. It may be that this top card is for one of you and the next card is for someone else, but let's talk them out and see what happens. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands here. So you are reaching the end of a phase this week in some respect. It could be anything. It'll be different for each of you. Maybe a project is finishing at work, or you're taking a class and it's over, or anything. It could be a big thing. It could be a small thing. But, it's a culmination of something. Something is coming to an end. Again, big or small. It could be something that's just coming to it's fading out, or it's something that right now you're like, yeah, I know what that is. I know what's ending this week. This I'm taking a class and it's over this week, or something like that. Yeah. Now again, these cards feel like they are separate for some of you. So if some of you are experiencing instability in the home, it may be in your relationship or your family life. I mean, the specifics can be different. Like maybe you're moving. Maybe you're literally moving from one home to another. Maybe people in your household aren't getting along. Maybe a relative is moving in with you. Maybe a relative is moving out. Something like that. Now, I do feel with these two cards together, for some of you, it might be the thing that might be coming to an end is something, for example, like moving from one home to another, or maybe you have a grown-up child who's moving out, or an aging parent who's moving in, or something like that. I don't know. I feel like there's a change to the household for some of you. That might be too specific, but you can use that as an example, right? Yeah, and it may be a little unsettling. This isn't tremendous unsettling. This doesn't feel heavy. This feels just, it kind of feels, it feels like something in your home life, or, again, for some of you, like work is like home. It could be your business, your company, it could be your friendships. I don't know what this is, but it feels like something is like unsettling this week. Like something's coming to an end. It's a little unsettling, but it doesn't feel like major energy. It doesn't feel like, oh no, something's coming to an end, or something's culminating, or something's this and that, whatever. No, it's just again, it's this Ace of Wands reverse. Now I'm feeling the sense of unsettled, in the sense of, I'm not sure what's next. I'm not sure what's happening next. Okay. So for this group, I feel like you've reached a point in some aspect of your life that is ending, but you're unsure where it's headed next. So there's a little, you're feeling unsettled. Bottom line is you're feeling unsettled in some area of your life this week. Some of you feel like you've been through a lot, or it's been a long time coming is an expression that just came to me. And it's not necessarily that big a deal for some of you, but it's just a feeling of like I'm unsure of where I'm headed next. I'm not sure what the next step is. I'm not sure what the next direction is. Now, it can be a bigger deal for some of you, right? Like I feel like, oh, this Ace of Wands, it could indicate just, okay, I really don't know what's next for me. I don't know what the next phase is. Or it could also indicate for some of you a tremendous opportunity for a big change in direction, or a big change in location, a big change in the way you be in the world, a big change in your career. So some of you may already have a knowledge or a feeling of where this is going for you. You may already know, oh yes, I know what this is referring to this week. And for others, you may have that unsettled feeling because you weren't, necessarily expecting it. But again, it doesn't feel negative and it doesn't feel heavy. So I feel like I want to say to you, Group 4, if you don't already know what this is, keep your eyes open. Be aware and open to something kind of wrapping up and giving you the opportunity to go in a new direction, even if you feel unclear about what that is. And the card that jumped out by itself next to it with the Three of Cups, I feel like you're going to, I feel like by the end of the week, you're going to want to celebrate, have a chance to celebrate, should look forward to celebrating, or even make it a point to celebrate. So interesting for you, Group 4. That's really interesting. I still feel a little like confused because maybe it's because it's going to be so different for each of you, whatever that experience is. But the bottom line, and literally the bottom line, because of how this card fell out, I feel like in your physical experience this week, in your situation this week, whatever this turns out to be for you, I feel like by the end of the week, you're going to want to celebrate, like literally toast to something, be happy about something, socialize with people, get together, and share the joy, share the love. So I like that for you, Group 4. Now, in your mental realm here, you got the Knight of Swords reversed. So I do feel that for some of you, you might not necessarily think this is such a good idea. And I'm actually feeling, I'm really feeling an opposition here between the overall energy of the chariot, which we haven't addressed yet, and the Knight of Swords reversed. So your overall energy with the chariot, the 7, it's a spiritual energy. The chariot for me is a really, really powerful card of alignment. it's a really powerful card of inner knowing of your own strength and abilities. So the energy, the underlying overall energy of these messages is one of alignment and strength and power and speed. And the message for you here, group 4, is that as long as you can line up with this energy, believe in yourself. As long as you can believe in yourself, you have this energy of this Chariot. Okay, so with the Chariot, I feel as though you have everything you need inside you to kind of like take this journey, to steer this in the right direction. But it's not with effort, it's with inner knowing and alignment. It's like that inner strength and that inner confidence. It's confidence. It's real confidence I'm feeling here, group 4. So I feel like you have this energy of confidence in you, surrounding the situation. And even though there's a swiftness to the Chariot energy, it's the right speed. If that makes sense, I feel, at least in this situation, I feel like it's the right speed. And if you just allow it and believe in it and know it, everything will fall into place in the right timing, at the right speed. Because I think in the mental realm, there might be a reluctance to swiftness and speed and direction, and whether this is the right direction, and are things moving too swiftly? Are things going too quickly? But I feel like the Chariot here, this energy is overriding those doubts, or the guidance for you is to allow. The Chariot is a really allowing energy, in the sense that he's in control of this Chariot just by means of his self-confidence and his belief in himself, his ability, his belief in the universe, his belief in everything going his way. And if you allow it, everything will move in right timing. And in your last position here, group 4, you have the 10 of Pentacles. These actually jumped out separately, but this one was the first one. 10 of Pentacles. I just got the expression right in this moment. Expect the best. Expect the best. And that is kind of a similar message with the Chariot, about believing in yourself, believing in the universe, believing that everything is working out in divine timing. And I got expect the best, right? This 10 of Pentacles, I really feel like it's a futuristic energy, especially in this position here in the spiritual realm. This is like your spiritual advice. So you're being advised to expect the best, to expect prosperity, to expect fun and joy, and things to celebrate with loved ones, right? If you look at the figures in this picture here, this card, this is a multi-generation family enjoying themselves, celebrating their prosperity. So it's kind of like enough joy and prosperity to go around just came to me. Expect the best. There's enough joy and prosperity to go around. So some of you may be doubting that, you might think there's just this one pie that gets sliced up among everyone, and there's nothing left for me, or there's not enough for me. I mean, that's just an example. I don't think that's necessarily what you're thinking. I don't think it's a conscious thought. I think it just might be a conditioned belief that you're not even necessarily aware of, that that I think a lot of us have that, right? Well, how can I, strike it rich or make it big or experience all this joy and happiness? Like there's only so much to go around. And I'm not, again, it's not, I don't feel like it's a conscious thing that you're focused on. I think it's just a conditioned belief that many human beings have. And that's not true. If everyone in the world suddenly got into alignment and believed that they could prosper, everyone's prosperity would be different, because we each have our own intentions and our own desires that are different and separate and all that kind of stuff. But we would all be able to experience prosperity. The problem is most of us don't believe in that, and again, it's more like a subconscious thing, but you're really being advised here to expect the best. Expect the best. There is prosperity and joy and happiness and reason to celebrate in your future. Ooh, I just got the feeling we were talking about celebrating with the Three of Cups. I feel as though if you allow it, Group 4, it's kind of like this is the beginning of reasons to celebrate. So, we all kind of want that reason to celebrate. We want that to happen, and we want it to keep happening. But there's, I guess what I'm saying is I feel like I don't want to mislead you into, okay, from now until the end of time, you're just going to have reasons to celebrate. You will, but not continuously. Not continuously. Continually, maybe, but not continuously, where you have to have those down times for the expansion and the next step to happen, if that makes sense, right? So what I mean by this is the first of many reasons to celebrate, it's kind of like a new trajectory, in a sense, like, okay, I have something to celebrate this week, yay. And then you go on about your regular stuff, and then, oh, another reason to celebrate, yeah. And it's kind of like stepping up, going up steps, and there are landings and plateaus and stuff, but I feel like it's just a start of moving in the directions of like the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is not like the end. It's kind of like the beginning, because the 10 is the one energy. So I feel as though I want to say, if you can expect the best, Group 4, and if you can find reasons to celebrate along the journey, because it is about the journey, then you will have many Ten of Pentacles experiences in your life. Because the 10 energy, 1 plus 0 is 1. It's really the one energy. It's really about the start of the next phase. Yay, reason to celebrate. I've achieved this, and kind of like, what's next? So that's what I mean about like going up the steps. And it's not like you're going to be elated 24/7 between, this week and forever. It's more like a series. You know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. There are just going to be many multiple things to experience for you, but you do have to expect them. You have to believe them. And here with the 8 of Cups that jumped out after that, I feel like the key to that is kind of like leaving the shadows behind, leaving the past behind. Letting go of the darkness is the key to letting in the prosperity and the light. And it's not that a lot of you don't know this already, but we all need reminders. I do feel like with my readings, my tarot readings, sometimes it's new guidance, but sometimes it's just reminders. It's kind of like we know this stuff deep inside. We know the key to living happily is letting go of the past, letting go of the shadows, letting go of the negativity, leaving it behind. We know that's the key, but we don't always do it, and we need reminders. I know I need lots of reminders. But yeah, group 4. So the bottom line here, I would say, is focus. Yeah, I kind of like to sum it up and say to you, recognize the chariot energy in yourself, that inner alignment that guides things and moves things forward. Progress, forward movement, in alignment. Not with the chariot energy is not about taking control. It's about controlling through your alignment, through your knowing, through your confidence. Just knowing that everything works out in divine timing. So for this week ahead, know that everything happens in divine timing. Be alert and be aware, and find reasons to celebrate and be joyful. And I feel like by the end of the week, many of you will have a specific reason to celebrate, but find the reasons to celebrate. Like, look for the things to celebrate. Look for the things to appreciate. Expect the best, and just let go of anything that doesn't serve your best interest. So group 4, I hope there was some value in this reading. I hope you have a beautiful and prosperous week ahead. And thanks for being with me. And don't forget to celebrate.